Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. What's going on? It's Thursday night. It's time for the Thursday night comics live stream. We're going to be going over some books. Yeah, see what's kind of moving in the market these days. Any comic book news, option news, books that are on the move. I'm going to review the cover price top 10 books to take a look at. So we'll discuss those. Yeah, some of the stuff that's been on there really for the last couple of weeks. There's not a whole lot new. There's a 1 in 25 second print incentive coming out next week that I posted on my Instagram that looked really cool, and it's already going for pretty good money on eBay. Cheers, everyone! Drinking a little bit of bourbon, a little Basil Hayden bourbon, nice and spicy. Hope everyone had a great week. We're getting near the end of the week. June 1st already. It's kind of hard to believe we're in the month of June. It's really flown by. Next Friday, I'll be closing on my new house. I got to be out of my old house by the 15th. So winding down. This will be the last time. This will probably be the last broadcast I do from the closet. Maybe one more. I don't know. I don't know if I'll have time next week to do a Thursday night live stream. But definitely next Thursday would be the last one for sure from the old house. So I'll be in my new house with my own comic book room / office. It's going to be a work in progress. I do want to get some shelving on the walls and have comic books displayed behind me like most people do. That's going to take a little time though. Probably won't happen overnight, but yeah, I want to make sure it looks really, really good. Let's take a look first at cover price. Let me share my screen here. And I think this is what, yeah, here we go. All right, this is their weekly top 10 list. Gives you an idea of kind of what's moving. Let's go down to number 10, Secret Wars. Number 8, Famous. It's a marquee book, I would say, right? First appearance of the black costume, the symbiote, right? The alien symbiote. Pivotal issue. One that's always going to be, pretty much on people's radars. Let's see, cover price said. If you've been following the cover price top 10, you've seen this book hop on and off the top 10 and runner-up lists for years. Over the past 5 years, it's been on the top 10 a total of 10 times, even more when you include the runner-up list. We're even covering this in our reflective 3 years later report, where the same book landed in the top 10 3 years ago this week. Its overall heat has been vague, relating to the MCU rumors between Venom and Secret Wars, or just a book that covers collectors keep spending more for a high-grade copy. However, this week we know that its appearance on the list is due to the recent release of Spider-Man number 2's video game gameplay footage. In this 12-minute video, we see Peter Parker wielding the symbiote and the classic black alien costume we see on this cover. The footage is impressive and has fans itching for more. 28 copies sold in the past 7 days. Trend, it's up 116%. A high sale of $670 for a CGC 9.8 copy. And a raw, near mint, fair market value will set you back about $200. So, yeah, it's one of those books. I don't own it. I just don't think it's a, if I found I guess it's not, I've never really had a huge desire to buy it. I think at one time I was looking at buying the entire run of that set and didn't end up doing it. But, yeah, I probably should have picked it up. I'm sure years ago when I was looking at it, it was much cheaper, as everything was. But it's not a book that it's not on my bucket list of books to get, that's for sure. Number 9 is Silk number 1, the David Nakayama 1 in 25 variant. It's a beautiful cover. by Nakayama. Once in a while, he Nakayamas out of the park. He's a good artist. I mean, he does a good job drawing females, especially. I think there was a Poison Ivy cover I picked up recently that was really good as well. But this one has got a lot of heat on it. I mean, it's a $95 raw copy book. Hit a high of $150. So crazy. Up 185%. Congratulations to anybody who picked up a copy or two of this book. You're doing very, very well on it in a short amount of time for sure. Um, yeah, it's a nice cover. And I guess there's another first appearance of a new character as well. So that's going to drive it. Number 8 is Spider Man number 7. This is the Rainbow second print Virgin 1 in 25. Yeah, the book can still be bought um, right around that $50 range, maybe a little less at times, but $50 to $60 seems to be the going price for it. There was a 9.8 that sold recently for $265. Um, I don't think there's any shortages of 9.8s. You're seeing a lot of people get that sent in for grading right now, so um, I wouldn't be surprised if that price comes down a little bit more on the 9.8s. But at the moment, that is it's a cool cover. It's got an iconic look to it. I think that cover. I've got 2 copies. I picked one up for 25 bucks. The second copy, I think I picked up for about $50 shipped. So yeah, I got a good deal on one and not such a good deal on the other one. I thought that book would be, $75, $80 easily right now, but I think briefly it did jump up there, but I think it's come back down. So number 8 on the list, that is the Virgin Spider-Man number 7, 1 in 25, second printing. Number 7 on the list is an oldie but goodie. Web of Spider-Man number 1. I have a 9.6 graded copy, CGC graded copy of that book. Well, why is this on the list? It says, well, it's one of the most recognizable symbiote black suit covers. It's one reason it's on there. It's a Charles Vess illustrated iconic cover. The more aggressive posture was the perfect introduction to the darker storyline that Spider-Man would follow through the Web of Spider-Man series. Likewise, this past week we saw the release of new footage from the highly anticipated Spider-Man 2 video game. The game showcases a much more aggressive and dark Peter Parker. While it is a short clip, the hype skyrocketed. We're all ready for a black suit Spider-Man. This more affordable early black suit appearance trended with 21 copies sold last 7 days, up 106%. A high sale of $165 for a 9.8 and a fair market value for a near mint raw at 32 bucks. So yeah, mine's a 9.6 copy. So I don't think it's moved a whole lot on the 9.6s. That's the one you definitely want in a 9.8 if you can get it. Number 6 on the list is Amazing Spider-Man 365. That's another awesome book. I've got that one in my collection. That is the first appearance of Spider-Man 2099. I think it's like a preview story near the end of the book. But one of these books that the nice thing about this book is nice, good and bad. It's a black cover, which is bad. So sometimes it's hard to find one that doesn't have spine ticks, but it's also a thicker cardstock paper. Believe it or not, Marvel, I don't know, for whatever reason back then, actually used good material. They certainly don't do that today. You'll never see them use a thick cardstock type paper now. But back then, when they came out with this book, they kind of needed a little thicker cover because it had that glued 3D hologram on the front, so it needed to have a little thicker paper. So several years ago, I found a raw copy for like 10 bucks. Believe it or not, I got it for $10 at a comic book shop, and it's in super high grade. It's definitely one of those books I should probably get graded because I'm pretty sure my copy, it would either be a 9.6 or a 9.8. Who knows what? To me, it looks like a 9.8, but yeah, you never know. It's just one of those books that it's on fire. A 9.8 just sold for $229. That's still pretty affordable. And a fair market value near mint of 14 bucks. So the book's not, it's not like it's taken off big time, but it seems pretty cheap for first appearance of Spider-Man 2099. I mean, you're getting twice that for Spider-Boy. I don't know. But of course, print run back in 1992 was very, very high. And that's a big print run book for sure. Number 5 on the list is Ghost Rider, number 28. Let me move this up here a little bit here. Midnight, The Rise of the Midnight Suns. That is a classic book. I love the cover on that one. Just very recognizable. Um, yeah, so speculation is running rampant as a horror actress. Mia Goth has joined the cast of Blade. The favored fan casting of the actress goes to the Marvel character Lilith. Fans of Mia Goth have been running to social media to let their voices be heard, wanting her to portray the mother of all demons. While this is all still fan speculation, Goth's casting has renewed fans' interest in the horror films of the MCU. We are seeing the Midnight Suns' first cameo and Lilith's first appearance take a hot seat in our top 10 this week. The 7-day trend up 101%. $115 for a CGC 9.8, and a raw copy averages around 17 bucks. That book's been stuck at $15 to $20 for a high grade copy for a long time. What you really would want to find is a newsstand version of that book. I do have a newsstand in high grade, and it was not easy to find. It took me a couple months to find it. This was over a year ago, probably 2 years ago. So that would be a challenge. If you can find that in a newsstand, there's far more direct copy editions available. I think newsstand is about 10% of the print run. So, yeah, if you want to pick that up, see if you can get a newsstand. I would pay up to $50, $60 for a newsstand copy. I think it's worth it because if that book really, really blows up and Lilith is in a new series, that book's going to really, really take off, and the newsstand's going to go for substantially more money. All right, number 4 on the list is a book that I just read up to issue 4 on. I just got some in the mail. I'm going to show tonight on the live stream. Ambassadors, The Ambassadors. Sorry, The Ambassadors. Let's see what CovrPrice has to say about it. It says this book has had a ton of support from Image. Once the first issue sold out at the distributor level, Image immediately announced that they would release a special edition version in late April. The extra push has worked as we are seeing an uptick in interest in the first issue of the series. This issue was marketed as the most ambitious comic, a tagline we have often heard. However, it may be Miller's most ambitious comic as the miniseries is only part of the larger picture. This series will lead to a more significant event in the summer dubbed The Big Game, where all of Miller's characters are set to cross over. That includes Kick-Ass, Kingsman, Nemesis, Wanted, the Magic Order, etc. All of them are set to collide in the summer event. We tracked 20 copies, 7-day trend up 125%. Raw copy, high sale of $18. Now it's higher than that. I paid 20 bucks, so I know it's higher than that. Fair market value around 11 bucks. I found several copies around $10 as well. Well, I have to preface that. I picked up issues 1 and 2 for about $40 shipped. So I think it's worth getting. I read it. It's excellent. I also like, some people have commented they don't like the fact that there's a new artist on every issue. I love that. I just read issue 4, and Oliver Copiel, I think I pronounced his name right. Oliver Copiel did the art in that one, the interior art and the cover, and man, it was really, really good. Fantastic. So I dig it. I think it's a good story. Basically, the whole premise is there's, I'm not going to give out too much, but there's a husband and wife that end up divorcing, and They both have access to technology that can create superheroes or basically give a normal person superpowers. And obviously, one one is good, the other one is bad, is evil. So there's going to be that dynamic going on. It's been very good. The writing on it is excellent, and that's what Mark Miller. Mark Miller when he hits one out of the park, it really is a home run. And I think this series is a home run. I could see these issues getting hotter as time goes on. The print run on the first couple issues is very low. Now, issues 3 and 4, they definitely up the print run, especially 4 and 5. You're going to see those print runs a lot higher. So I wouldn't go crazy. I would buy it just to read it, but don't pay crazy money for issues 3 through 5 because I think the print run's a lot higher on those now. But definitely issues 1 and 2, pretty low print run. So yeah, I like it. Nothing bad to say about it. I read the issues. Thought it was fantastic. All right, number 3 on the list is Spider-Man 2099 Meets Spider-Man. This book came out back in 1995. I don't think I remember this book. Crossover, basically. Fans of Miguel O'Hara are scrambling to pick up his key books before the movie debut. While this comic marks the first meeting between Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2099, there is another reason this book is getting a lot of attention. This is also the first appearance of Spider-Man 2211, which was recently said to appear in the Across the Spider-Verse film, with co-director Justin Thompson revealing over 100 named Spider variants. We wonder which one will be the most collectible, who will still be in the movie, and which one will be set up for part 2. We tracked 16 copies. The trend is up 161%. A high raw sale of $45 and a fair market value right now of $13 in that book. So, um, yeah, I don't think I have that in my collection. I don't remember that one. So that might be a good one if you go to your local comic book shop. Kind of look through the back issue bins, see if it's in there. I think if you can get it under $15, I think it's probably worth it, especially if it's in nice shape. And of course, number 2 is Spider-Man 2099, the famous red cover. Remember, there is an alternate second print white cover out there that is far more rare and far more expensive. So if you like getting the more rare issue, that would be the one to get. 7-day trend up 112%. 9/8 sale of about 129 and a fair market value for a raw copy around $16. Sounds about right. And number 1, of course, is Spider-Man number 7, the top secret variant, spoiler variant. And anyone that bought 5, 10 copies of this, you've done pretty well. Kind of reminds me of Black Panther number 3, first appearance of Tosin, where in the first month or two you had a big spike up to $35-40, and then it kind of dropped down a little bit in price, and then 6 months later it even went up higher, went up to $75-80. Is that going to happen here with Spider Boy? Possibly. So I've got one copy. Obviously, I wish I had bought a lot more, but I only have one copy. I do have 2 copies of the 1/25 second printing. I also bought a couple copies of the second print, the regular second print. But yeah, that's just one of those books where I think if you haven't picked one up at this point, I would try to just get one for $30-35. Stick it in your collection, and who knows, maybe at some point this character will be more significant. Um, who knows? But they do make an interesting, what I was just alluding to. CovrPrice says it's still a considerable amount of copies trending in the aftermarket. While this is his 8th week on the list, there's still some heavy Spider-Boy fatigue, especially for those who missed out on obtaining a copy. He officially joins the ranks of other hot books that are heavily dominated in the top 10 in the past, like Batman Damned, cover A, for 23 weeks. Year of the Villain number 3, first full punchline at 9 weeks. 8 Billion Genies at 8 weeks, cover A. Remember that one? Black Panther number 3, I was just talking about that. The Ross A cover was on there for 8 weeks. Most of these still hold solid value, which gives Spider-Boy some home to stay relevant. So, yeah, I don't think this book's going to drop back down to like $10, $15. I don't think it's going to go that low ever. I think $25, $30 is going to be your low end. So if you really want to be cheap, maybe wait and see if you can pick it up for $25, but I don't think it's going to go lower than 25. Then maybe down the road at some point it'll spike up like Tosin did, where it went to $75, $80 for a brief amount of time. That's possible. Who knows? But overall, it's a good list. Some other notable covers here. Weekly movers. You can see this number 26, the spoiler variant. They just released the cover for that. Obviously, it just came out yesterday. And that's the Gary Frank cover, I think. Holding Kamala Khan. She's got that big hand. Is that what happens when she dies? She just all of a sudden her hand gets big. Oh, God. She's gone. She's dead. Only to return later at some point, probably. I'm sure they're going to resurrect the character. I don't think they'll kill her off indefinitely, but you just never know. The other one that shows up here is this thank you variant, the Peach Momoko World Tree number 1 thank you variant. It's a 1 per store. It's a nice looking cover. I grabbed one for $100 from Third Eye Comics. The Midtown had one for $90. It sold out very quickly. And basically, if you look on eBay, it's anywhere from $85 to $125. Seems to be the price range. I don't know. I like it. I think it's a good Peach cover. And I do think that World Tree series is going to be really, really good. The writing on it was excellent. The first issue was fantastic. So we'll see what happens with it, but I definitely picked one up for $100. Maybe I paid a little too much. I don't know. On eBay right now, there's a couple on there for like $85, $90. So, yeah, it's okay. Some other covers there. Obviously, ASM 300. I love that cover. I've got an original newsstand copy in high grade, which is one of the marquees of my collection. Spawn number 1's on there as well. A lot of Spidey books. Wolverine number 1 from the regular series. Some Secret War books, couple Secret War books. So that's kind of, Ultimate Fallout 4, obviously, the new trailer. Into the Spider-Verse, that's going to be a hot commodity for a while. Real quick, let's go and look. I didn't get to review what this new Spider-Man game trailer. Is this it? Let me take a look here. Oh, here we go. All right, let's see if I can play this.
Missiles sighted in Queens. Closing in now.
Oh, that's really good.
Cover the door. The beast could be anywhere. You have no idea. This whole lizard hunt ends now! Leave Connors alone! I'll give him one he'll never forget! He's gonna wish he never came to New York!
Satellite scanning all active.
Well, this is 10 minutes of gameplay. Wow.
Triangulating position. Target located at Harlem Fish Market. All teams converge.
Lizards across the river. I'm not gonna make it in time. Miles, the hunters tracked Connors to the Harlem Fish Market.
Lizard. I'm on it. Sounds like Craven's checking off his.
We don't have much time. Move.
Guess we'll chat later. Genki, the lizard's loose at the fish market. Must be sushi night.
All right. Pretty good. I liked it. Very, very nice. Let's check the chat here real quick. I'll give some shout outs here. GTK Comic. We got Luis Ramirez here as well. Good to see you, DT. Good to see you, D. We got Cardstock. D says, I agree. It's a good peach cover. I see one for $100 as well. Kenneth Bird is stopping by to say hi. Very nice, Kenneth. Cardstock says, how many times will we see a superhero explode out of a building just as law enforcement begin to approach? I don't think you'll ever run out of that. Excellent. Real quick, guys, I'm going to go refresh my drink. Maybe I'll put that back on for you guys. Gameplay. Let's see where I left off. I need to get my battery, my cord from my laptop too, because I feel like it's gonna die soon. Yeah, so let me play a little bit of that. Where was it?
You still got that hunter drone you hijacked?
Be right back,
It's
guys.
really tough hiding it from my mom, but yeah, I'll boot up and see you there. They got here fast. Can't let him find Connors, or he's done for.
Spread out. If you find the lizard, don't engage alone. Look at those fish. It's been feeding.
We never saw it coming. So, how's the hunt going?
Watch out for his loophole!
Judging by the 3 tons of dead fish, not well. All right. Where are you, Connors? Garage might lead to him. Connors tore through this place. He's out of control. Where am I now? How'd you find me?
Follow the fish. Drone's picking up Lizard's trail.
He's still eating. We can catch him off guard. Yankee, get behind me.
All right, I'm back.
It's just his skin.
Doesn't that mean he's getting bigger?
Hungrier too.
All right. Some gameplay from the new Spider-Man 2 video game. Looks pretty cool. Real quick, I'm going to highlight a book or two here on eBay. There was an exclusive. I think was it Big Time Collectibles had this. I'm not really into these foil covers. I mean, it seems like there's so many of these foil covers all the time. The Superman foil covers. What was there? A red one, a blue one, a purple one. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. This one I like though. The Flash, the red one. I mean, that's just a classic red foil with the yellow lightning bolt. Yeah, I mean that's so the Big Time Collectibles had it for $30, and it's sold out pretty quickly. Now they're on eBay. I think Sad Limit had a small amount of them for sale as well. But with shipping with Sad Limit, it ends up being like $60 book. Your best bet is to buy it off eBay if you want that. I think for $30 I would have been in on that, but $50, I don't know. It's nice. I like it though. Red foil, classic Flash cover. But I like it better at $30. All right, let's take a look here. The other thing I was looking at, and if you guys see what the price is, Moon Knight 25, 1 in 200 art germ cover is. How much they want for this thing? Whew. That $329 is the cheapest I've seen. Most of the websites now, I've seen $500-$600. I've seen it. Golden Apple wants $1,000 for this book. It's crazy. 1 in 200. Oh my god. Look, that was the well. There's one here. Okay, there's one here for $294. So with shipping, it's going to be a little over $300. Look at this guy asking $899. Somebody asking $600. And why don't they have the image? The image is posted. I don't know why some of them don't have the image. Obviously, these are older listings, and they didn't bother to update it. There's a guy asking $1,000. I don't know. I think the regular B cover or C cover, whatever it's going to be, just trade dress for $10 sounds like a good deal. I do like the Art Germ Virgin covers, but man, $300-$400 now. I think that's just maybe I'll see if Midtown. It comes out July 5th, so near the end of June, it'll pop up on Midtown. We'll see what Midtown's asking for it. I have a feeling. I'm hoping Midtown asks less than 200, but I don't think they will. I mean, if they're seeing sales $300-$400 range consistently, yeah, they're going to ask crazy money for it. So probably not something I'm going to pick up, but I like it. I mean, it's normally Art Germ covers. I like the female covers that he does, but this one's cool. It's definitely unique. I just think the price is a little outrageous right now. But check with your local comic book shop. Maybe they can get one of these. Rafi says they should definitely stop making trades of these 1 in 100 virgins. Yeah. I mean, it does take away from it a little bit, doesn't it? Right? I mean, if you really love that cover and there is no trade dress or there's no regular, C cover for regular, retail cover price, I think it would drive more sales to qualify for the incentive. I don't know. I don't get it either, but yeah, it's Marvel. They don't give a shit. You're thinking of the premise that they care. They don't care. They're going to do whatever the hell they want anyways. It's so stupid. All right, the other book I wanted to take a look at was one that I posted about Star Wars. It comes out next Wednesday. The Star Wars Darth Vader Black, White, and Red #1. This is the Care Andrews cover. Now, there is a trade dress of this that it was a 1 in 25, but this is going to be the Virgin 1 in 25 incentive cover. Midtown had 2 copies. I picked up 1 copy. I don't know who picked up the other one. I think they only had 2 though. Not a lot of pre-orders for this. I checked all the usual sites. Very few of them had this for pre-order. I think Impulse had it for $60. 1 copy sold out very quickly. I did not see it ever pop up on Third Eye, so I don't know. It's just one of those books that seems to be fairly rare at the moment. You've got a listing on eBay for $180, and I think there's another one for around $200. Yeah, 200. There's just 2 listings. That's it. So we'll see what happens next week. You know, obviously there could be more. Maybe some shops knew about that in advance and ordered extra copies. But it is a nice looking cover. I like it. I mean, Darth Vader with the troopers behind him, and it's going to be a virgin white cover. Oh, on that cheap, shitty paper that Marvel uses. Getting that in a 9.8 might be a challenge. So I don't know. I think the play on that book is getting one that's in really high grade, getting it graded at a 9.8, and then all of a sudden you could be easily $600-700 for that book, maybe $1,000. Because a white cover sometimes is hard to get a high grade on. So that could be the play. I don't know. I like it though. I picked up a copy from Midtown for $67. It's a little high. I mean, that's high for a 1 in 25. But I didn't do that on that Alex Maleev cover, and I regret it. Was that Star Wars Mandalorian? Which one was it? I'll put Maleev Virgin. No, that is an exclusive. Oh, it wasn't Mandalorian. It was Jabba's palace. Star Wars Return of the Jedi. Jabba's palace. There we go. Jabba's palace. Yeah, I mean, look at that book. Someone's asking $179. I mean, here's a guy asking $480. Is there only 2 listings? My God. Yeah, there's only 2 listings. Holy shit. That might be a really rare book. I don't know. Midtown had 1 copy for 70. I think they wanted $75. It wasn't even discounted. I think they wanted $75. It might have been discounted to 67. I don't know. It was definitely like either $67 or $75. And I thought, man, that's way too much for a 1 in 25. And I didn't buy it. And 20 seconds later, it was sold out, and I couldn't find it anywhere else. I do have the 1 in 25, the regular 1 in 25 incentive, and that's going for $75. That's going for 3 times ratio. So it's a good cover by Maleev. I think it's popular, but man, that second print 1 in 25 Virgin, that is a ghost. There's only 2 listings on eBay right now, so let's see if there's been some sale. Yeah, there's someone bought one today for $180. One for $160. Yeah, it's selling around $175 to $200. There's a sale back on May 17th for $200. Wow. Well, man, look at that. Another one for $229. Took a little less. It's a rare book. I mean, it's definitely sold in that 180 range pretty consistently. Well, hey, anybody that wants a rare, cool Star Wars book, that's probably one to keep your eye on. I don't know if the price will drop on that, but it ain't dropping. If there's only 2 listings on eBay, that price ain't dropping anytime soon. I can tell you that much. You need like 7, 8, 9, 10 listings for that to drop. it ain't dropping with 2. So, yeah, that's a hot book. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to show some books here real quick. I got this in the mail the other day. I don't think I've highlighted. I don't think I've shown this one yet. Amazing Spider-Man number 23. That is the Gist, Eric Gist cover. I need to have him back on the show. He's a, you know, I messaged with him on Instagram. Nice guy. Always responds to me whenever I ask him something. I need to have him back on. When I get into the new house, I'll have him back on. So it looks more professional. And that's the Virgin cover. I think the Virgin was limited to 600. In the regular trade dress was 1,000, if I'm not mistaken. I just love that image. I love the yellow background, the sun in the background. Yeah, it's just really cool. Excellent job by Gist on that one. So that was one that I'm glad I picked up. I think that was with Trinity Comics, if I'm not mistaken. That was an exclusive. I believe it did sell out. One of these Disney covers, these Disney Marvel covers, New Avengers. Got that right at ratio pricing. So I'm trying to collect all these Disney Marvel homage covers. And then one of these nights on my live stream, I'll have them all behind me. So they're on display, which would be kind of fun. All right, we talked about ambassadors tonight. This is the rarest cover for issue number 1. This was limited to only 200 copies. This is number 11. This is a numbered COA. So number 11 of 200. This was an exclusive. I think original price on this was like $25 or $30. I paid $50 shipped, $50 shipped. I don't know if it's going for more. The Nate Burr is the artist that did that. It's just a cool looking cover. Let me see if you might be able to still get it at that price. Let me see here. Let's see if it comes up. All right, there's one for $60. There's a set. Looks like there's one an auction. 3 days left. Currently at $20 for all 3. Oh, there you go. Somebody from Canada. That's not you, GTK Comic, is it? Selling your copy from Canada. $44 plus $11 shipping. Yeah, all right, you're at $55. I got mine a little cheaper. I got mine for $50 shipped. I think this, yeah, there it is. You can still get it for $50 shipped. That's probably the same buyer or the same seller I bought it from. Only 200 copies made. So, how many does this guy have left? Oh, this is only one. He has one left. All right. Well, there you go. You can pay the same price I did. There's still one available right there. That listing for $50 shipped, plus taxes, of course. But if this series really continues to do well and takes off more, I think you're going to see. I think you're going to see it do pretty well. Especially that issue, that particular cover is very limited. But we'll see how long it lasts on the top 10 list. Who knows? But one to watch. I think the story's good. I like it. So it's not one that, especially issue 4. I love the cover on issue 4. I'll show you this real quick. I didn't even show you the stream, did I? Yeah. Sorry, guys. All right. Yeah, this cover is really nice. This is issue 4. That's an Oliver Copiel cover. And he did the art inside too, which is kind of neat. Every issue has a different artist doing the cover and interior art. And man, Copiel did an awesome job on this. I mean, you pull out the book, you can see like a lot of the art is just so cool. He did a great job with this. Very, very cool. So I like this series, man. I mean, the first 4 issues, I read it quick. It was an easy, good read, entertaining. Um, yeah, that's the husband. I was saying that there was a divorce. That's the husband. I think that's his first appearance at the end of issue 4. So every issue has a new appearance of a new character. That's kind of cool. I like it. I highly recommend it. Um, maybe it's still sitting on your shelf at your LCS. You never know. I mean, ideally, that's what you should get it for, right? Try to get it for cover price if you can. I couldn't. The local comic book shops near me, I don't think they would have it on the shelf the week it came out. So, it's just one of those deals. So yeah, I like the art. The story's awesome. D says, I thought about it when you shared it. I passed. Will I regret it? Well, it's not too late, my friend. I mean, look around. I think, like my comic book shop, check back with them occasionally. I bought the A covers for 10. I bought like 2 or 3 copies on my comic book shop for $10. So with shipping, maybe it's $15. So check with them. I mean, you can get it a little bit cheaper than eBay if you go on my comic shop. They had a supply. Maybe they're gone now. I don't know. But I think you could. I think you can. I don't think it's too late. I think you could still find a decent copy out there. Let me see if my comic shop has it yet. Let's take a look. Oh, there you go. They got one for $10. Regular A cover for $10. C cover sold out. D cover is sold out. The blank cover is sold out. Looks like they had a second printing that sold out. The third printing is available for $4.99. Yep. So the third printing is still available. There's a second printing of issue 2 that's also available at my comic shop. Issue 3, the C cover, is available. A cover sold out. And of course, 4, that's still available for cover price. A regular A cover. And the C cover as well. Then of course, issue 5, I ordered that from Midtown, A and B cover. Yeah, it's cool. I like it. We'll see what happens with it, but I don't think it's too late. Yeah, the art is good. I agree. Copiel did a good job on the issue 4. But apparently, again, they've announced that it's going to be just the beginning of this. There's going to be some summer event where all these different Miller properties are going to cross over. So Magic Order, if you've been collecting Magic Order, that's going to cross over with the Ambassadors, and it's going to cross over with Kick-Ass. That's crazy. What's the other one? The other title? Nemesis. It's also supposed to cross over with Nemesis. So yeah, it looks pretty good. Yeah, we'll see. I like it so far. First 4 issues, I was impressed. That's how it is with Miller for me. Sometimes I'll read something that he wrote and I'm like, it's okay. And then other times it's like, wow, that was pretty good. So, I mean, he's done some good stuff over the years. He's a good writer. And he's got that Netflix money coming in. He's still, I don't know, he's still living off that Netflix money, isn't he? He's got like what did he get, like a couple $100 million or something crazy? I don't think it was that much. Was it that much? Nah, it's like 50 million maybe. I don't know. It was a good chunk of money for a comic book guy. I don't think he has to worry about paying the bills for a while. But if that ever gets developed into a Netflix show or whatever, obviously the price of these books could go higher. It's just one of those things. So, buy now while it's still relatively cheap. But of course, it's always possible that in a few months, no one will be talking about this and the price will go back down. Maybe you'll be able to get it for cover price. I don't know, but it sounds like the first 2 issues, anyways, first prints were fairly low print run, at least for an image book. Yeah, so that's what I had for you guys tonight. I don't know. I looked at CBR. There's not a whole lot. I may do another show where I go more into solicitations for August. Because that needs to, I need time for that. That's probably going to be another hour show. So maybe this weekend, if I have some time in the evening, I'll do a surprise live stream where I'll just focus on highlighting the August solicitations. So we can go through those and kind of just look at covers. I'll try to do some research ahead of time to see if there's any storylines that might be worth highlighting, or maybe possible new characters, first appearances, anything like that. So I'll do some research this weekend. So stay tuned for that. I may send out a surprise notification on that over the weekend. All right, guys, that's what I had for you. I showed you a couple books. We talked about that Spider-Man game trailer. It looked pretty cool, or the gameplay. That looked awesome. I think I did buy a PlayStation Spider-Man game at one time, and I played it for a little while, but I think I don't know if it got too hard for me, or I don't know. I get stuck on a couple games. I just replay those games over and over again. So it's hard for me to branch out into new games. I don't know how people can play all these different games. I hardly have time to read the comic books that I get in the mail. So I don't know. I just wouldn't have the time to do it. All right, guys, that's what I had for you. It's almost 10 o'clock. I've been on here almost an hour. Appreciate spending time with you. Thank you, everyone, for communicating in the chat with me. That was nice. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Make sure you're subscribed to me on YouTube still, because sometimes YouTube decides to unsubscribe you from people. I've had people, I think Cardstock told me that the other day. He was he was an early subscriber to my channel a long time ago, and I guess YouTube, he was wondering why he wasn't getting notifications on my videos anymore. I guess YouTube just removed it, just removed him as a follower. So YouTube does that. They probably don't like my opinions. I'm a very opinionated type of guy, and I'm not a cult member like most of these people are that you find on YouTube. A lot of them, especially comic book channel guys, most of them are just, first of all, they're not near as intelligent as me. So let's start off with that. Second of all, they are followers. They don't ever try to really get to the meat of the matter. I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. There's certain books I love, and certain books, man, if I don't like it, I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And I know the people that appreciate that, because they tell me. They tell me all the time they appreciate my candor. All right, guys, have a good evening. I'll see you maybe this weekend. I'll do another live stream, so stay tuned. Hit that like button, smash the like button, share my videos, all that good stuff. That helps me grow the channel. And everyone have a great evening. I'll see you soon.